Hey everybody, Roxabox90 here, continuing our complete limited Khans of Tarkir set review, going over all the cards I think are great, the cards I think are bad, and the cards I think are solid, average, normal, medium, whatever you want to call it. And today we're going to continue with all the multicolor cards. I've seen other people do reviews of this that it goes on quite long. I'm going to try to keep it brief and clear as much as possible. There's a lot of multicolor in this set, so let's jump right in. Abomination of Gudol, I guess I pronounce it. It's a okay flyer with an okay ability that seems a little overcosted. Abzan Ascendancy, most of the Ascendancies are ridiculous. Abzan Ascendancy is particularly difficult to deal with, hence the reason why I mentioned in the green video, Naturalized being an important card that you probably want to sideboard in against things like this. This is a ridiculously powerful limited card. Abzan Charm, most of the charms also are very flexible and pretty awesome. Abzan Charm, I mean pretty much all the charms and all the Ascendancies are pretty good for limited, some are better than others, is the general rule here. Abzan Guide, it seems fine. It's a little pricey, but 4/4 lifelink for the morph cost particularly, it seems definitely fine. Definitely a solid average card. And Offenza is insane, very, very cheap for her stats, and making your Outlast guys more powerful, working with the 1/1 counters, preventing Delve in some ways, and preventing the Sultai from really activating a lot of their abilities. She seems pretty insane. Ankle Shanker, you will win all combat ever as long as this card is out, which is why your opponent will automatically have to deal with it. For 5 cost, it's a pretty insane bomb. Armament Core, I actually like it. I mean, you can put it on, I'm pretty sure you can you put it on itself? Even if you can't, it still seems pretty decent, and it works very well with a lot of the mechanics of Abzan. Avalanche Tusker is alright. I don't like the fact that you're probably going to have to trade, because your opponent may not even have to double block it, but they could very easily double block, and that's kind of why its ability is, I guess, relevant. It's okay. It's fine. Bear's Companion, well, you get two good bodies for a reasonable cost. I think it's fine limited card. Butcher the Horde is absolutely insane in limited. Unbelievable card. Ridiculous. If you get it, try to play it. Chief of the Edge and Chief of the Scale, if you're running a lot of warriors, they're fine. They're fine, but the chance of you getting both of them and the chance of you fitting them in, I mean, they're fine, I guess. Probably slightly below average. Cackling Doom is amazing. It really is. It gives you, at instant speed, it gives you damage, and it gives you an easy way to get rid of their most powerful creature, which is usually really good. I think it's great for limited. Death Frenzy really doesn't impress me that much, especially with the amount of 3 toughness and up in the set, and the fact that it's sorcery and it costs 5. It's not particularly amazing. Deflecting Palm will be amazing, really amazing in limited if you manage to work it out with their big creatures, so it's pretty good. Doom Blast is okay. It's a little bit expensive, to be honest. I mean, even in limited, even in a slow format. But, I mean, if you have no other form of Wrath, it might be worth having one in a deck, maybe. Every Webmaster seems very well, a really strong creature. His cost is a bit much, but in limited, a first strike 4/3 is pretty powerful, and 6 mana is definitely reasonable, and the morph is even better. So, seems pretty strong. Flying Crane Technique will win limited games all the time. It's amazing. It will be unbelievable. And Highspire Mantis seems quite reasonably costed. 3/3 flying, trample for 4, solid. Ice Feather Aven, also very strong. 2 for 2/2 flying is great, and the morph is also huge tempo swing. I like it a lot. Ivory Tusk Fortress is big and actually could matter. There's a lot of 1/1 counters in the set, and Outlast alone makes it potentially, well, I think it's pretty darn solid if you have any sort of 1/1 shenanigans. Jeskai Ascendancy is, well, as all the other Ascendancies, it's pretty good. Jeskai Charm, same thing for the charms. Keru Lich Lord, if you get him online, he can be really strong in limited. Just the recursion alone, it could be very strong. Kentrian Vocation, it's alright. I mean, it seems okay, I guess, but it's sorcery and it relies on you having stuff. I don't know if I love it. Mantis Rider is unbelievable, very strong card. Mardu Ascendancy, also great. Mardu Charm, really great. Mardu Roughshod is okay. I mean, it's a kind of boring card, but for an aggressor, I mean, it prevents them from probably killing it by defensive, since it would be very hard for them to gang up on it. Seems okay. Fine card. Master the Way, I don't like. It's too conditional and it costs too much. Mind Swipe also, it basically, if you're willing to sit back, it could potentially be strong, being able to do the damage and counter a spell 2 for 1. That seems decent. Seems pretty decent. Narset, I think, is a little bit overpriced and a little bit underpowered, even for limited, in order to really work it. The chances are you're not going to be able to work her as well as you think. Ponyback Brigade is, if you get the morph going, then it's okay, I guess, but there seems to be this weird token-esque aspect to Mardu that I don't know if it has fully enough support in the set. Raksha Death Dealer is a solid, fine limited card. Raksha Vizier, I think, it's okay. It's fine for limited, and I like how it really prevents your opponent from messing up your graveyard, or if they're trying to do that, then it benefits him. I like that. Ride Down will swing combat. It's a very strong card. Sage of the Inward Eyes, also very solid flyer. That the lifelink is across the board is really pretty good. Sagu Mauler, this guy is the one morph guy who he flips up, you will tear your hair out because he's so strong and so hard to deal with. Savage Knuckleblade's kind of the same, not because of his morph, but because he's so versatile and so reasonably costed. A very, very strong limited card. Secret Plans is okay if you have a lot of morphs, but you really need a lot of morphs to make it worthwhile. Sidisi, I don't know how good Sidisi is. There is the getting hopefully a lot of 2/2s, but there's not enough shenanigans, I think, even in limited, that you'll have in Commander to make her really worthwhile. Siege Rhino is amazing. Huge body, 4/5 is massive, taking care of those 4 toughness creatures, and it just gives you so much advantage for a very reasonable cost. Snowhorn Rider is okay. It's 5/5 trample, which is not bad, and the morph is quite reasonable for what it is. 6 for, it's a fine fill out a curve kind of thing. If you're running the colors, it's not bad. Sorin, as with most planeswalkers, is really strong in limited, and especially giving until the following turn 1+0 and lifelink will be really good. I think it's very strong. Ascendancy and Charms are really good. Sultai Soothsayer is okay. It seems really expensive. Surak is ridiculous. Everyone knows Surak is ridiculous. If you get him, try to play him. Ascendancy, Temur Charm, both are, again, as with most of the charms, most of the Ascendancies are all really good. They're all good. Some are slightly better than others, but there's really no reason to talk about them in depth because they're just really good. They are. Trap Essence is okay. I think it's a little conditional for 3 colors like that. Maybe one of if you're running the colors, but I wouldn't try to force it. Utter End is amazing. It is amazing in limited. Villainous Wealth, I think, can be surprisingly strong in limited. Whether you use it as a form to mill out your opponent, or even just being able to get stuff from them, I think it's going to swing games. It's going to be one of those cards that, if you're running the colors, it's going to be really powerful. Warden of the Eye is, it's really boring and not particularly powerful. Winter Flame is okay. It's all right. It's more for like a tempo swing maybe, but it's a worse Electrolyze, which I guess isn't bad for limited. And Zergo Hum Smasher is quite strong. The fact that he's indestructible is really what gives him his reach, and as a 7/2, being indestructible, I think he'll be very, very hard to deal with. So those are all the multicolor cards, and we're almost done. We got one more video, Artifacts and Lands, so stay tuned for that, and then we'll have completed our Khans of Tarkir limited set review. And then I have a top 10 video for cons that I'm working on, and I have a pre-release primer I'm working on, so you can also stay tuned for those as well. If you enjoyed this video, tap the like button, and if you're new to the channel, check in and subscribe to have updates on all that new stuff that I'm putting out. So check it out. As always, Roxabox90 signing out. I'll see you guys next time.